I have this little moringa tree. I have like a series of moringa trees in here that I started out of toilet paper rolls. And I used mulch from Shannon's yard with all of her the African sumac leaves and stuff. I don't know what's germinating up in here, but whatever seeds were in there, that's great. So I'm going to be planting this whole thing that actually has some worms in it too, because I set this up inside one of my planters so that some of the worms would come up through here. So I know that I have a whole little tiny starter ecosystem right here for this set of trees. So what I would like to do is, if you pan over here, see we have these little groups of plantings under the shade. Now I want to take advantage of the fact that we have this wall that creates kind of like a wind break, and we're going to hold a lot of the moisture in this area right here. So we're going to continue to just kind of like connect these two. I'm bringing in the line, and we're going to pop a tree right about here, okay? So that when this tree starts to spread its branches, and we're probably going to do something like a Texas olive that is deciduous, or a fig that gives you fruit. I'm sorry, deciduous means that in the wintertime the leaves drop so that it will allow the sun to come in and warm this whole area. So it'll extend with the moisture that you've already set up with the infrastructure, it will extend your growing season, because again, it's going to be sheltered from the dry, cold winds as well as the dry, hot winds, okay? So we're going to be creating kind of like wind breaks progressively as we go. Now, right here is where I want to plant this moringa tree for right now, because it also, it loves the heat, but, and it grows really fast. And you can use it for, for mulch. You can use it for food. But either way, it's going to be a good foundational tree. So I'm going to pop that guy right here, okay? And we're going to bring in probably some Texas olive. I've got cuttings of fig, all kinds, and the passion vine is going to go there. Once we start getting this whole infrastructure going, okay, I'll probably bring in the passion vine later in the summer, just as the things start to cool down, but I still have that warmth, okay? And I'm going to pop it not exactly right into the corner here, but because you're going to have a lot of this concrete sludge that comes from the wall, the construction of the wall, okay? So I want to stay above that and in front of it, or we really don't want to knock that down because that's part of the integrity of the wall, okay? So we need to work around that. And not to mention the fact you really don't want water up too close to walls, because then it seeps up and there's efflorescence. It creates all kinds of other problems. But anyway, so that's basically it.